The purpose of this video is not to challenge the idea that slut-shaming is real, nor certainly is it to justify slut-shaming. Slut-shaming is bullshit because it pressures people into behaving in ways they don't want to. If people want to be promiscuous, they should be free to be promiscuous. It is my view that this world needs more pleasure, more orgasms, and more sexual freedom, not less of those things. The purpose of this video, though, is to challenge the widely held assumption that it is a sexual double standard. So it is often said, if a man is successful with many women, he will be praised and patted on the back, and it will be seen as an achievement. Whereas if a woman sleeps with many men, she will be slut-shamed and insulted and seen as less valuable as a result. Now, obviously, this looks like a double standard, but it's not really, because they're not doing the same thing. So you're not comparing the same thing at all. If a woman were to sleep with many women, I think that also would be seen as an achievement, because it's more difficult to do so. And if a man were to sleep with many men, he would be slut-shamed essentially through homophobia. If a bisexual man were to go on a date with a woman and reveal that he had been railed by as many men as she had been railed by, many women would find that deeply off-putting. So where's the double standard? Actually, the interesting thing about this, in a way, is the precise nature of what is being shamed, or what a person is shamed for doing, or perhaps more to the point, allowing to be done to themselves. It is the passive role that is being shamed. I'm quite sure, I can't speak for all men and no research has been done into this, but I'm fairly confident that if a man had a choice between two women, one of whom said she had been fucked by 200 men, and the other said that she had fucked 200 men with a strap-on and not been fucked by them, I'm pretty sure that the degree and perhaps style of slut-shaming would be quite different. If indeed there was any slut-shaming at all in the latter case, I would frankly be quite impressed if I met a woman who had done such a thing to 200 guys. This is unusual and not easy, but to be fucked by hundreds of men is easy for a man or a woman. It's no great achievement, but women are more selective than men, and men are more selective when it comes to who they let fuck them. So it's a more difficult thing. There's no double standard here. And yeah, actually this double standard is often taken as an indication of misogyny, or a patriarchal and misogynistic society. But the common element in the precise nature of the thing that is being shamed is the penis, is basically that the person has been denigrated by a penis, whether male or female, whether we're talking about women who get fucked by men or men who get fucked by men. The common issue is basically that the penis is something seen as a tool of degradation. So this is actually a phallophobic view that is precisely anti-men, because it's treating the male body as if it is not an instrument of love and pleasure and affection, but something which inherently degrades and devalues those which it is exposed to through sex. So the idea that this is a kind of misogynistic double standard against women, slut-shaming, and the way in which people judge other people's sex lives, I think is just bullshit. And as a bisexual man, and having read the accounts of other bisexual men, it's obvious that biphobia is something that is encountered when dating women, and that biphobia becomes more pronounced if it is revealed that you are a passive or have engaged in passive activities as well as or other than active activities with men. So women essentially slut shame men through their biphobia. If you're a woman and you wouldn't want to get with a guy who's been with as many guys as you have, well, you can't really complain about slut shaming because you're doing the same thing. You are judging that man and seeing him as less valuable in exactly the same way that you're claiming men should not do to you. So I advocate at least consistency on that point. But yeah, that is the thrust of this video, that slut shaming is real and that it is damaging and shit, but it's not a double standard and it's not misogynistic. It affects men in precisely the same way that it affects women, and precisely the same reasons. Homophobia has always been predominantly targeted at men, not women. In the Bible, all of the condemnations of homosexual behavior are targeted at men, and historically the laws against homosexual behavior have been basically focused almost entirely on men. That is slut shaming. We were killed for that, men, for being too slutty, essentially. Yeah. Enough of this. Double standard, a one-sided view. It's so unnuanced, it annoys me.